Boch. Who's got the first question? We'll start with Kennedy right here in the middle, third row on your left.
Well, Boch, we've badgered you about the 3-hole in your lineup for about a week now to see Mitch come up big with the grand slam in that moment.
Yeah, he did. He came up big earlier, too, with that swinging bunt. Speed showed up there, but, he can hit. He's done a great job this year for us, so gave him the start today. Got a pitch he could handle. He's got big power, and, that's big at that point in the game. And really was a difference in the game. Scored 5 the second and 4 in the third inning, so that's always a nice cushion, which we needed.
In the second row on your right, Bruce.
Coach, you've talked a lot this year about Cody Bradford's ability to kind of handle whatever's been thrown at him. What did you see out of him today and eating up those 3 innings pretty well?
Yeah, what a job he did. The momentum was starting to switch there, and he came in and just pounded the strike zone very well, with all his pitches, working all quadrants. He's so prepared. This kid we brought up, and he's handled everything we've thrown at him, from starting to use them in relief, high leverage situations. He just handles himself so well. And for a rookie, it's been impressive.
Stay there with Tim on your right.
I know these things are fluid, but how do you look at your lineup right now, 1 through 9, as far as how it's performing?
Well, I think you have to look throughout the order. What a great job they're all doing. And, we have length in this lineup, and you look at the back end of the order today. Young, big day. Tavares scored 3 runs, and, they're turning that lineup over. And so we're getting production from everybody, in which obviously we needed today. We gave up 8 runs, so it's stretched out to the point where there's not an easy out. I think throughout the lineup.
Go to Kennedy in the left center aisle.
You guys took a ton of walks today. You were working a lot of counts, and then Corey specifically. I know people don't really want to give him a lot to hit, but for him to take 5 walks, that was huge as well, right?
Yeah, and great job by him. He's not expanding. Take your walk, and Mitch came through for us today. And, Dolly, I thought he had some good swings today too, and of course Carter. So, it's not one guy that's going to carry this club. And Corey, 5 walks, you take it. He's getting on base, and that's what you're trying to do: is get guys on base, put pressure on them. And guys did a great job of it with the long at bats. We got their starter out of there, and just a terrific job throughout the order.
Go to your far left here.
Bruce, we talked about it pregame, obviously, but the way that you guys have been playing on the road now, it's 4 straight postseason games that you've won. Just how impressive is it to see from the guys to be able to, go into these environments and be able to come away victorious?
Right, and I talked about this earlier. Coming off a tough series there in Seattle, having to fly all the way to Tampa, and the way they responded was says a lot about them. Their makeup all year. We've had to bounce back from some tough losses, injuries, and things like that. And they just focused forward. And we had our hands full going down to Tampa and, of course, coming up here playing this really good ball club. So, we're heading home. It seems like we've been on the road a month, but it's going to be good to get home. And, we're off tomorrow, which I think is a needed day off for the guys. And we're looking forward to, the games there at home.
We'll finish up right here.
Bruce on Garver again. Was it an easy decision to write him in the 3 spot, or were you weighing other options there?
No. I had actually made up my mind 2-3 days ago. I told him, I said, I'm going to get you in the mix here. He's done such a good job for us. It's not, it's not right not to even have him involved, really, because at times he was carrying us. We had some injuries, and he was sitting in a cleanup spot and coming through, and he's had a good year, a real good year. On the power side, he gives you good at-bats, long at-bats. He'll take his walk, so it was good to see him out there and have some success. He hadn't played in a few days, so I thought he did a nice job out there.
All right, we'll start with Cody, who has the first question. We'll start in the third row on your right, Cody.
Cody, we've talked a lot this year about how you've kind of handled every situation that's been thrown at you since you were called up. What was this situation like for you?
It was no different than some of the other ones. Been put in the past, coming out of the bullpen, trying to eat some innings and give the team a chance to win.
Other questions for Cody? We'll go to Kennedy.
I mean, I know it's still a baseball game, but this is still a kind of bigger stage than you've been on, the big environment. It's in the postseason. I mean, were you nervous going into this? Because, I mean, you didn't look it, I should say.
Yeah, no, I think I know I was definitely nervous. Something Max Scherzer said a couple days ago, though, to some of us younger guys. He said, postseason baseball is different. If you're a high adrenaline pitcher, then come in and use the crowd as a motivation and use that high adrenaline. If you're more of a baseline guy trying to keep it mellow, then almost be one step below that, because the crowd and the environment's going to bring you up. And so I just tried to be even more calm, if that makes sense, than I normally would, and just kind of let the crowd and everything else move the body and get it going.
Questions? We'll go on your right, Cody.
Just generally, what was working for you, man? I think you had 7 swings and misses out there. What was kind of clicking for you stuff-wise?
Changeup was good today. When I located it down the zone, I got some good swings, and then the heater up played as well.
Other questions? We'll go back to Kennedy here.
In a game where your offense took so many walks, you didn't walk any guys. I mean, I know that's something you guys preach, as Maddox preaches, pounding the strike zone, but how big was that for you to be able to not walk any guys today?
Keep base runners off the base path is part of the game, and it helps the flow go and helps you stay in a rhythm. And I know Corey set the record today, I think, in postseason with 5 walks, so that's incredible. Yeah.
Standing in the back right.
Well, it can be a funny game, but you're up 2-0. You've taken control of this series. How's that feel going home?
The momentum's huge. The plane flight's going to be good vibes all the way around, and hope we can keep it rolling.
Other questions for Cody? Kennedy?
I mean, are you excited to get home? Because I know I've been on this road trip with you guys, and I am.
Yeah, being from DFW, I'm excited to be home, play in front of a home crowd, see my parents, see my friends, be with my wife. Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with Mitch, who's got the first question. I'll start right here.
Hi, Mitch. Just how much were you looking forward to getting in the lineup today after a few days off there?
I was excited. I feel like anytime I'm in the lineup, I can contribute. But at the end of the day, whatever lineup is out there, I got trust 1 through 9. So whether it's Robbie, me, Dolly, whoever's in the lineup that day, I think 1 through 9, we trust everybody to get the job done.
Bochy said he told you a couple days ago. Is that correct?
There were rumblings about me being in the lineup today, but it's never for certain.
You can stay right there. And then Kennedy. You can go now, then Kennedy.
Okay. I'm sure your team is well aware of Bochy's postseason resume over the years. I'm just wondering, does that sort of filter down to the team in terms of confidence? And you guys have been up against a couple 100-win teams here in the playoffs, but he sort of has a track record of being able to win series like that.
He does. I think the decisions he makes when it comes to the bullpen and the lineup, I don't think anybody can argue with him just based off his resume. And it's kind of hard to read the emotion on him because sometimes he looks like he's folded up in a lawn chair sitting there watching a game. But yes, we trust his decisions and the way he manages the game.
Hey, Kennedy?
Can't believe we took 3 questions to get to the Grand Slam. But I mean, how did that feel coming off the bat? It looked like you knew it immediately.
Yeah, it's these playoff games. I mean, it's one swing can change it. And I got into a situation there in the hitter's count where I was looking for the fastball, and I was able to get it. And I think it's just a big momentum push for our whole team, and we needed all those runs today.
To your far left, Mitch.
Being able to come into a hostile environment like this with the O's fans, obviously not having postseason baseball for a long time, just how impressive is it for the team to have been able to come in here, take 2 games, and now go home with a chance to clinch?
Yeah, I'd say at least half of our lineup, this is their first real taste of postseason baseball. Obviously, minus Corey and Evo and Marcus and, the guys like that. This is the first real taste. And we had a taste of it in Seattle. That environment was right up there with Baltimore and as far as the intensity was. And I got to tip my cap to guys like Carter and Young and, Dolly. This is his first real taste of it, too. I mean, these guys showed up to play, and it kind of seems like water off their back.
Second row, you're right, Mitch.
You kind of just mentioned it, but a lot of young guys have been doing things this series. What did you see from Cody Bradford today? What was it like watching him go out there and pitch like that for those 3 innings?
Very impressive. Very impressive. Throwing strikes, competitive strikes, striking out guys. And, when you're up by that many runs in the 6th, 7th, 8th innings, being out there and throwing strikes and challenging these hitters to put the ball in play, that's the biggest part. And, we didn't give away too many free passes to him. And once again, tip my cap to Cody.
Go back to Kennedy.
Offense as a whole, you guys worked counts, took a lot of walks, and got the hits when you needed to. What were you seeing from the offense entirely throughout this game?
I think we had 11 walks. Is that right? Pretty relentless attack. You got to beat us in the strike zone, and we didn't expand too much off of that. Biggest things in postseason is putting the ball in play, working counts, but swinging at good pitches. And I think we did that in these first 2 games. We look to continue that heading into Texas, and we just have a really, really good approach 1 through 9.
A couple more standing on your right.
Can you just speak to what this team has done when you get a chance to win the division, you don't do it on the road, but then now you have to come on the road and you win 4 playoff games to start it all off?
It kind of might seem like a blessing in disguise, not winning the division. I know it was a little tough at the time, and we had to fly cross country to go play in Tampa against a really good team, but we also didn't have 4 or 5 days off. We were able to take a day in Tampa, come back, play 2 baseball games, take a day off, fly here, and really just kind of continue seeing pitches, playing in games, and some it might have worked to our advantage. It might not have. We don't really know. I think playing a couple games like that is pretty big for us.
One last one for Mitch. Where are we? Go ahead. Oh, everybody good? Oh, just go ahead. That's all. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just, out of those 11 walks, Corey obviously had 5 of them that set a record. Just what were you seeing from his at-bats, and how cool was it for him to be able to contribute that way?
Yeah, he's been really stubborn with pitches he likes to swing at. We know he likes to swing the bat. I think it was his 5th at-bat. He chased a 2-0 heater that was about above his eyes. So I think at that point he kind of wanted to hit, but really, really impressive again, being able to set the stage like that.